All right, the topic everyone has been waiting for, Carpenter bees. What do I do about Carpenter bees? Well, the first thing is there is nothing you can do to get rid of them permanently. There's something as a log homeowner you're gonna have to manage the whole time you own that log cabin. With that said, there is an effective strategy. You know, we've gone to houses that look like Swiss cheese. I mean, thousands and thousands of holes on just one gable end. Homeowners call back and are ecstatic about the result. You know, there's a three-pronged approach that we take, and you really have to do all three of them or else you're doing nothing. The first thing is you need to get them out. Get them out means dry on. You know, I got some other videos. We take a hand bellows, inject dry on into those holes, which makes the bees go hyperactive. They wiggle their way out. And then they die. It takes 15, 20 minutes for them to die. There are a lot of other products in the market that work, but what we found is they kill them instantly. And that can be a problem. You know, I personally have seen 26 Carpenter bees come out of one hole before. If you inject a product and it kills that first one, you got 10, 15, 20 bees now behind it trying to chew their way out. You can hear it at times. So dry on does, you know, we think a better job. They continue to fall out for a while. Next thing is deter them from coming back. We do this, any wash and stain service we do, any top coat, you know, we will put a insecticide and a mildewcide, but an insecticide in that top coat of stain. And that the product we use will depend on what type, whether it's an oil-based or a water-based product. Those will deter the bees from coming back. Again, there is no once and done solution, and there are exceptions to this, but does a great job. So get them out, deter them from coming back, and then give them some place to go. You know, we recommend Carpenter bee traps. We have our own that we make here, Log and Timber Solutions, a little branding on it. These work great. You know, we made these specifically for homeowners. You know, a lot of the times those Carpenter bee traps are plastic bottles. They just look cheap and chintzy, and we heard that as a complaint a lot from our customers. These are a lot nicer. They got some rounded edges. They're a little nicer finish. Mason jars. Not that they're fancy, but they are a higher quality product than you're going to get. Put up bee traps, give them some place to go, right? If you don't do the first two steps, they're going to go right back in their same hole, right? They go in their hole, they turn 90 degrees with the grain of the wood typically, and they'll go 10, 12 feet and put larva chambers every 2 inches. You know, we've seen them, hey, if you just plug the hole, they'll drill another hole an inch to the left or right to get back in their chamber, get to the larva. You really have to do all three. Get them out, deter them from coming back, and then they just funnel into these bee traps. So, you know, keep that in mind. It really is a trifecta. You got to do all three or you're kind of wasting your time. All right, that's my thoughts on Carpenter bees. Good luck.